John, we keep hearing it. The last two games, it's a story of creating a lot of chances and just not quite getting the result. How frustrating is that for you as a manager?
Obviously, not getting the results is frustrating for everybody. When the opposition goalkeeper keeps getting, well, the last two games has got man of the match, then we're obviously doing something right. But doing something right and getting what we want, obviously we've got to look at things. And what I've been pleased about is the performances. I thought the performance from Saturday was an improvement on the previous performance. And if we can keep doing that, keep improving, then eventually we'll get what we want.
And you are making a lot of chances, aren't you?
We have done on Saturday. Obviously, their goalkeepers pulled off, at least two saves that probably wouldn't normally save. It's just one of those days for him. But other than that, we still had more chances, that perhaps saves that a little bit more comfortable. But no, it was disappointing. I think if the penalty had gone in, then we might have been looking at a 2-3-0 win or something. But yeah, it wasn't to be. So we all move on, and my job is obviously to try and keep all the players upbeat and make them realise that they're not far away.
What can you do as a manager to help things like taking chances, sort of behind the scenes in training?
It's very difficult. I've always thought if you're making chances, eventually they start to go in, and that's the message to the players really. Keep getting in there. It doesn't matter if you miss. The main thing is getting in there, and then eventually they do start to hit the back of the net. You
mentioned the opportunity for Tom Pope at the weekend. Do you think that 100th goal may be a bit of a burden for him?
I don't think so. I think the penalty struck it well enough. If he'd gone up and fluffed it, then obviously you start asking questions. But Tom struck it well, and the keepers read him, and it was a really good save with his header that he had. How the keeper saved that, I don't know. And majority of the efforts that we had fell to Tom. We just need one or two more now, creating chances for themselves and getting in there like Tom is.
Is it important for you as a manager to keep the players focused on the next game and not just the league table?
That is, and it doesn't matter whether you're at the top of the table or at the bottom, wherever you are. The only thing that matters now is obviously the next game, which is Tranmere.
And the next game is Tranmere, and not a home win since October in the league. How important is it just to fix that?
Very important, obviously we know the importance of it. It just changes things dramatically if we can get that win, and it gives us the confidence, and then the players start to believe in what we're doing as well.
And we spoke to James Gibbons earlier. He mentioned a massive up in the intensity in training. Have you noticed that from the players? Are they really giving it their all behind the scenes?
Well, obviously I don't know any different. I've come in and from day one they've worked really hard, and that's the norm for me when training. You need it at a high tempo. That's the way you improve. If they do that in training, then hopefully they can take it onto the pitch.
And the next game is Tranmere. What are your thoughts on them as a side?
Tranmere, I know a lot about Tranmere, obviously from last year. There's one or two changes, but the majority of the players are still the same from what they were last year. This year I've seen them 3 or 4 times, so we know what to expect. And obviously the big threat is Norwood.
And the performances have been there, but obviously, like we said, the results haven't. Are you going to change sort of formation or system, or is it hard to make that decision?
Well, as I say, we've not been playing poorly. We've not been creating chances. Whether that was the case before I came in, I don't know. All I know is the ones that have played for me have worked really hard. On other occasions, they would have got wins. It's not quite gone for us, so there's not a lot to change. But you're always looking as a manager, if things are not going quite right for you, then obviously you're always looking, can I improve it somewhere? And if it means to change the system, it means to change the system. But you've got to have the players to fit whatever system you choose.